Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. I am freaking pumped to be sitting down and filming this particular review slash first impressions. We are going to be playing with the brand new Tarteist ProGlow and Blush palette. This just launched a couple weeks ago. I ordered it pretty much at the time that it launched. I got it a couple days ago in the mail. I have always wanted to try more of Tarte's face products. I have used their Amazonian Clay Foundation. There was one highlight that I had from them that I was obsessed with. I used it for the longest time, but it's gotten kind of old and dried out, so I don't really think I even have it in my collection anymore. But I've always wanted to dive more into their bronzers and blushes. I've heard Tarte rave about them, and I'm just really excited. I know Kathleen Lights loves some of their bronzers. For this entire palette, I believe I paid $42. I will put the price somewhere down below. This is an up close of what the packaging looks like here. I love it. It's got like kind of like this velvety kind of, I can't even describe it, like a matte packaging. It kind of has like a little bit of a grip to it. I love the outside of it. I love that you get two mirrors. And again, I think that the colors inside look absolutely stunning. There is nothing matte on the inside of this palette. So I just want to note that everything in here has a shimmer in it. The bronze looks like it has some gold flecks. The blushes look like they have some gold flecks. So if you are someone who only likes matte blushes and matte bronzers, this is not going to be the palette for you. I cannot wait to get my brush into this highlight because this highlight looks like it is right up my alley. Just looking at it, this is a highlight shade that I have been looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and do some swatches. We'll zoom you guys in and we will apply these blush, bronzers, and highlights to my face. So let's go ahead and get started. There are no names on the inside of this palette, which is fine, but on the back they are. So all the names are listed right here. You guys know that I struggle with that a little bit. If you've watched any of my videos before, I don't know why, I just can't get a hang of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these. Since there's only 6, I'm just gonna go ahead and do like some live swatches. And the other thing that's hard, I will note, is that there are no shade names on the back of the packaging either. So I'm gonna have to like flip this around and try to tell you. So I know that the highlight shade is called a Hi-Fi. So let's go ahead and start with that right here. Yes, that is like that perfect soft gold shade. Love it. The next one down here, I believe, is the shade Electric. This is obviously a blush. So let's go ahead and put that one on next. Okay, so that seems a little bit powdery, but I really like the shade. The pigmentation is beautiful. As you can see, there's definitely a sheen. Let's see the next one down. This one right here is Tempo. Now, this is more of a deep shade, which is nice because that would accommodate deeper skin tones. That is gorgeous. You could even use that as an eyeshadow. All right, moving up to the bronzer right here. This is the shade Solo. Super excited to try this bronzer as well. Gorgeous. Okay, so right away I can tell, yes, that is a bronzer shade that is right up my alley. It's not too cool, it's not too warm, it is perfect. Love it. Next one down here, we have the shade Beat. That looks like more my speed as far as blush. It's kind of peachy, a little bit rosy right in the middle, and it has more of like a satiny finish. It's not too glittery. And then the last one down right here is the shade Tempo. Oh no, the shade Amp, I'm sorry. See, I'm already getting confused. And this is the one that I think is the dupe for the NARS Orgasm blush. Very pink, kind of has like golden shift. So there are all the swatches. I think that this is beautiful. The color payoff is fantastic. The only one that was powdery was this one right here, but it blended out. It all depends on how it's gonna look on the face. So now that we have done some swatches, let me zoom you guys in. Let's get to the good part. Let's dive into this palette. So let's go ahead and dip into this palette. I'm gonna take my Morphe Jaclyn Hill, the JH02. This is my favorite bronzer blush. My favorite bronzer blush? Good one, Crystal. My favorite bronzer brush, and I'm gonna dip right into that shade Solo, pick some of that up, and let's go ahead and go with a very light hand because I don't know what to expect. Because my face needs to be warmed up. So I do like how this is blending. I'm not using a heavy hand. I barely picked up any product and I'm already getting a beautiful kind of bronzy glow. The glitter really isn't showing up too much, which I like. I don't really want a chunky, glittery bronzer. It's very soft, but that is beautiful. I am a fan of this shade and I do like the sheen that it's giving to me. I personally like bronzers with more of a sheen. Obviously, if I'm contouring, I don't want something like that, but for an all over bronzer, that's again my speed because I like to look a little bit more on the glowy side and my skin is usually so dry that I need something that brings back that glow. Now this palette, obviously, I don't see this accommodating a ton of skin tones. The bronzer, as far as, you know, light, medium, very slightly darker skin tones. I can't promise or say by looking at this and the way that it's looking on my skin that this is going to really show up on some with deeper skin tones. When I was watching Tarte's kind of like release of this product and on their Instagram, they showed this being used on a darker skin tone. So I guess maybe it can show up. It's just for me, it's like, this looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill standard bronzer for someone with more of a Caucasian skin tone. I'm gonna build this up just a little bit, just on the back part of the cheeks. You guys look at that. That is really beautiful. That is gorgeous. Love the bronzer. Absolutely stunning. Blends like a dream. Looks super soft and diffused. There's nothing harsh. Gorgeous. Let's go ahead and move on to the blush. I'm going to use the JH06. I know Kathleen Lights recently featured this brush in one of her videos. I love this brush for blush. If you like someone who likes more of a soft kind of finish with blush or you're afraid of blush, this is the perfect brush. I love it. Now, I don't know what shade I want to use. I might layer these a bit. I think I'm going to start off with the shade, which one is this? Beat. That kind of more peachy shade right here. That's like usually what I would gravitate towards. So it does pick up quite a bit of product, as you can see. Tap off the excess. Let's just lightly brush that on the cheeks. Beautiful. It's not skipping, it's not dragging at all. As you can see, we have quite the sheen going on here. So just to reiterate, I know I sound like a broken record, you guys, but if you don't like shimmery face products, things that have more of a sheen, this is not the palette for you. Again, I have to say, no problems with blending, but look how pigmented, God, can I ever speak? I swear, you guys. Look how pigmented this is. And I'm using a very, very fluffy, very not densely packed brush. I barely dipped into that and I'm like, whoosh, went a little heavy here on the blush, you guys. So I'm gonna shear that out. Just gonna take a regular powder brush. If you ever feel like you went too heavy on your blush or your bronzer, just take a fluffy brush like this and just gently tap over it and things will shear right out. Let's move on to the part that I'm most excited about. Let's get some highlighter on the face. So we are going to dip into the highlighter shade in this palette. This one right here, this is the shade Hi-Fi. I have no idea what this brush is, you guys. I got this in an Ipsy bag. Oh, actually, no. It is the SL Miss Glam. This is the SG62. This brush is the real MVP when it comes to highlighter brushes. I don't know what it is. I am obsessed with this recently. It's just like the angle and the shape of it is like a godsend when it comes to highlight. So we are gonna dip into that highlighter shade. Oh, that is a glow. That is my jam. That is like the perfect highlight shade. If I was ever to develop a highlight, that is the shade that it would be. Layered with this blush and this bronzer and the sheen and the glow that you're getting. Mildly obsessed. I'll layer it just a bit. You guys, are we seeing this right now? That is gorgeous. It is laying on top of my skin so beautifully. It doesn't look chunky. It's not exaggerating texture. So this is a very champagne-y gold shade. Extremely reflective. Bam. That is poppin'. Now to the nose, which a lot of people don't like the way that I do my nose highlight, but you know what? I like the way I do my nose highlight, so hate is gonna hate. So I'm just gonna pop that right in the inner corner. This is the JH39. Guys, that is so pretty. This is like my favorite powder highlight. I know I say that all the time, but this color is just gorgeous. For no makeup days, just popping some of this under the brow bone, in the inner corners, on the cheeks, like the formula, just like the way that this blends, looks so like wet, reflective, and beautiful. It's not, like I said, it's just not chunky, it's not grabbing, it's just an absolutely stunning formula. Finish off this look with some setting spray. So the Tarteist ProGlow and Blush Palette, I would say, is a definite win. I am obsessed. I am so happy that I picked this up and decided to add it to my collection. The highlight in here is just freaking beautiful. I'd say that, I want to say like, oh, the highlight's the star of the show, but to be honest with you, I think everything is the star of the show. I am loving the way that the bronzer blended. The blush is absolutely stunning. Again, extremely pigmented. So if you are afraid of blush, go in with a very loosely packed brush, go in with a very light hand and build it up. It's definitely something that I would suggest building up versus going in with a lot because there's a lot of pigment there. The bronzer you can be a little bit more generous with, but the thing is with that is that these blend so easily. So if you ended up going in with too heavy of a hand, these are gonna blend out in a jiff. They don't grab, they don't separate, it doesn't look harsh, there's no harsh lines. Everything just looks so diffused and ombre-like and beautiful. I just can't get over this highlight. Looking at my inner corner, especially here and like on the brow bone, just all of it, everywhere. It's like that perfect glow. It's intense without looking too crazy. That's what it is. It's a super intense, blinding highlight, but it doesn't make you look like you have like this crazy streak or anything that's too harsh. There's just something about the way that these blend that I am living for. It really makes me just want to keep trying out more of Tarte's like powder face products because this is a smash hit. And for the price, I'm gonna say you're getting 6 pans of product in here, a giant highlight. For what you're getting, the packaging, the mirrors, I think it's worth every penny. In fact, I would say it's kind of a deal. I would say that because the formula and just the way that it performs is worth it. I would say this is going to be top shelf for me. This kind of beats out a lot of the products that I already own. I just love it, and I think it's easy. It's something that you can bring with you when you're on the go. It's perfect for work because again, it blends out. It's not so heavy and intense that you end up looking like too much. Now, obviously you can make a full beat out of this. You could layer this highlight and go to town and go absolutely crazy with it. It's appropriate for everything. It will do all of that for you, and it's just compact and easy. So there you have it. That is my final thoughts on the Tarteist Pro Glow and Blush palette. I am in love. You will definitely see me using this more on my channel because it is gorgeous. Leave me your comments down below. Did you pick up this product? Do you now want to try it out after watching me test it, looking at the formula? I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new or recently subscribed, welcome. Thank you. It means the world that you decided to hit that button. Hit the bell button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. Before you go, give this video a huge thumbs up and of course share it if you like it. I love you guys so freaking much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys. Finish off this look with some setting spray. Why do I decide to take deep breaths after I spray setting spray all over my face? God, wouldn't that be some shit if I threw up on camera?